Hello guys, and may I just say, this game is amazing. It's called Hellish Quart, and the combat is just so fun in this game. So in this game, your character has a ton of combos and there's a ton of characters, and there are three main weapons: the saber, the longsword, and the rapier. As you can see throughout the video, there's so many character diverse, all of different variants of these weapons, and right now I'm in the survival mode. There's tons of game modes, such as the one I'm playing right now, which is survival. There's arcade, which is, you can change the difficulty on it, and you gain morale by winning and lose morale by losing until you fight a final boss who you saw in the intro of the video. And that final boss has armor on and he's quite hard to defeat, so you need all the morale you can get in this game to beat that guy. Right now I'm playing the drunken monk character, and he's probably one of my favorite guys, and there's only two longsword characters, so I picked this guy. Longsword matchup, okay. Throwing out attacks, I'm just not really doing anything. Oh, it's so brutal. Just throw out so many attacks and I just win in one attack. These bots are not any good. This game's still in beta, but the developers are still working on it, and quite recently they just showed off the new character they're working on, which has an axe, which means there's so much for this game. Because the reason there's so many similar weapons is because characters share stances. So if there's a weapon which is just, well, it's a stick with an axe head on the end, they could add so many weapons, such as like halberds, spears. So the game looks pretty good. Here's the characters, there's so many, and the ones that are faded out are the characters that haven't been made yet or are not playable, but they are making them currently. And here's the moveset. It is so big. There are so many moves. Oh, we get a damage buff. It's the seller. Our drunk man gets a damage buff. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Well, now we're gonna be playing as the guy with the rapier. He has a bit of finesse. So there's how the combat works in this game is you block automatically, and it's all about attacking and getting around your opponent's guard. But how you guard is by walking and strafing, and how you want to get around your opponent's guard is by getting up into their face or throwing out some really long range thrusts. Against bots, the game's quite easy unless you're doing arcade, because at arcade the difficulty scales up throughout the match, and then the final boss is sick in arcade. The survival mode is good for practice, but the main thing is the PvP mode. Since you're versing another player, you can't just spam lunges, because they'll do an attack that completely counters your lunge. Sadly, the multiplayer is still in beta and it's not that good yet. You have to do it by remote play, so only one person needs to get this game. And for £14, it's not that bad. For the price, I would definitely recommend getting this game. The graphics are not too terrible, and the gore is amazing. But if you don't like gore, if you don't like chopping people's hands and heads off in this game, you can play a fencing mode, and there's a ton of different aesthetic modes where you can play just with wooden weapons. You can play HEMA or synthetic, which are types of fencing where the weapons just change their looks and all the characters wear fencing gear. So you can really play how you want. And here we got grab attacks. As you can see somewheres in the video, we do get some grab kills. it's a one-shot close-up attack, but they can easily counter it, and then you start grabbing each other and then you push away, and then the fight continues. But if you do land a grab, each character has their own special grab execution. For example, this character ducks under their arm and cuts off their head. Some characters have very similar ones, but there are so many in this game. It's kind of unreal. And how there's only 3 weapons and they've made all the characters extremely unique. Like, some characters have special guards where they can just hold an attack, and when you come close they can release a massive attack. You can feint by walking backwards, and you can dash in this game. And at the top of the screen you can see 2 little white flags, or 1 or 3. Those white flags shows how many wins you've got and how many wins you need. The red ones are the wins you've got, and that will be on your side. And then the white ones are the wins you need to win. So since it's a survival, it's just 1 flag to win. And here we die yet again at 13, which is a pretty okay score. So now we're picking our final character. We're going to try someone with the saber. Now we've tried someone with a rapier. And can I just say how deep the combat is in this game? You can just press any button, right? You can just play the game normally, like I'm doing here. I only know a couple of combos, and there's so many in this game, as I already said. But there's even stances, and when I say stances, I mean if your left foot is forward, you have a totally different moveset. If your right foot's forward, you have a totally different moveset. It's crazy how deep the gameplay gets. And if you get good, and you're in PvP with someone who's also quite good at the game, the fight can last forever, and it looks so cool as you just keep on blocking and attacking back. And it's just a really cool game. But usually fights are quite quick, since it only requires 1 blow to kill. And there's even different death animations. Like, see here, I didn't kill her, I stabbed her hand, but since she can't hold her weapon anymore, she cowers and I've won. So like, you can either stab someone's hand and they drop their weapon and you win. You can stab someone's head and they're definitely dead. And sometimes stabbing someone in the chest might actually not kill them, and then the legs will probably not kill. But wounding someone by not killing them but still stabbing them, which is very good with rapiers, since you do thrusting attacks, it's quite easy, actually damages their stamina regeneration and a ton of stuff. You do have stamina, but you don't have any health bars or stamina bars. You've just got to manage it by seeing the sides of your screen. If they get fuzzy, you'll own stamina, and then your health bar is kind of just see how much blood is on your character. So that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I would recommend this game. See you in the next one. Do we have to throw out an attack to like bait it? There we go! Look at how brutal it is! His head just comes straight off.